Most people using AI are doing it wrong, which is exactly why it's actually not that hard to get ahead of 99% of them. In this video, I'm going to show you how to learn AI in 17 minutes. Not become a world-class researcher in 17 minutes, obviously, but in the next few minutes, I'll give you a simple mental model and a 17-minute practice routine you can use to go from confused and overwhelmed to someone who actually knows how to make AI do useful work for you. By the end, you'll know how AI really works under the hood in plain English, how to talk to it so it stops giving vague answers, and how to use a 17-minute daily system to get better than most people in just a few weeks. Hey, I'm Eli Rowan. When I first started using AI, I made the same mistake everyone does. I treated it like a magic Google. I'd type something super vague like, "Help me with my business," get a wall of generic jargon back, and think, okay, this is kind of useless. Meanwhile, I'd see people online saying AI was changing their entire workflow, saving them hours a day, and I was like, are we using the same tool? What finally changed things for me wasn't some secret prompt or a new app. It was realizing that AI isn't just smart software. It's a prediction machine. Once I understood how it actually thinks, and I started using a few simple frameworks, my results went from bland and vague to sharp, tailored, and actually usable. That's what I want to give you in this video. A fast, beginner-friendly crash course in how AI really works and how to talk to it so it stops wasting your time. Here's how we're going to break this down so you can learn AI in 17 minutes. First, how AI actually thinks, the machine English nobody teaches you. Second, how to talk to AI, the AIM framework that makes your prompts 5 to 10 times better. Third, how to give it context, the MAP framework, so AI stops sounding clueless. Fourth, how to fix bad answers, simple debugging tricks that instantly improve outputs. And finally, your 17-minute daily routine, a simple plan to get better than most people fast. You don't need to memorize formulas. Just listen, grab a couple notes if you want, and then actually try what I show you. Let's start with what AI really is. Most people talk to AI like they talk to a person. That's the first big mistake. AI doesn't understand language the way we do. It predicts it. Think about that nursery rhyme. Humpty Dumpty sat on a... Your brain instantly fills in wall, right? That's prediction. AI does something similar. Under the hood, it breaks text into tiny pieces called tokens, words or parts of words, then turns those into numbers and drops them into this huge mathematical space where similar ideas live close together. Humpty, egg, wall, fall end up near each other. Humpty and motorcycle are far apart. When you type a prompt, the model looks at all those numbers and basically asks, given everything I've seen before, what's the most likely next token, and the next, and the next? Here's the key idea. If your prompt is vague, the guesses are vague. If your prompt is sharp, the guesses are sharp. That's where machine English comes in, speaking to AI in a way that makes your intent easy to compute, not just feel. And we do that with a simple framework called AIM. Whenever you prompt, think AIM actor. Who should the AI pretend to be? I, input. What information or data are you giving it? M, mission. What exactly do you want it to do? Most people skip all of that and just say, fix my resume. Instead, you'd say something like, You are a top tech recruiter and resume editor. You've reviewed thousands of resumes that led to interviews at major tech companies. Here's my resume and the job description for a senior product manager role at a fintech company. Review it and give me 10 specific bullet point suggestions to improve clarity, measurable impact, and alignment with the role. Your mission is to help me build a resume that gets interviews. Same task, completely different result. Once you get used to AM, you'll catch yourself doing it automatically. And that alone will put you ahead of most people who are still dumping vague questions into the box. Now let's talk about the second big piece. Context. Even the smartest AI model will sound clueless if you don't give it context. Think of context as a map you hand to the model so it knows where to look and what matters. Use M-A-P-M, memory. A, assets. A, actions. P, prompt. Memory is the conversation history and any previous notes you keep with the model. You can literally say, summarize what we've done in this chat so far and keep that in mind for the next steps. Assets are the files, links, and data you attach or paste in. PDFs, emails, spreadsheets, scripts. These ground the AI in your reality, not just generic internet knowledge. Actions are the tools it can use. Searching the web, scanning your drive, writing code, creating docs, whatever's available in the tool you're using. And then, finally, comes the prompt, your instruction. That's where most people start, and that's why their results are flat. You're going to start thinking in terms of M plus A plus A plus P. Memory, assets, actions, prompt. So instead of just saying, give me a 7-day plan for my side hustle, you might say, we've been working on my AI-powered side hustle idea. That's the memory. Here's a document with my notes so far. That's the asset. Read it carefully and then create a simple 7-day action plan for me with specific tasks I can realistically do in under 1 hour per day. That's the action and the prompt. The richer the map you give it, the better the reasoning and the better the output. Next, we need to fix what happens when the answer still kinda sucks. When AI gives you a weak answer, most people say, this tool sucks. Most of the time, the problem isn't the AI. It's the prompt and the thinking behind it. Here are 3 simple debug patterns you can use. First, the chain of thought pattern. When the answer feels off, say, think step by step. Show your reasoning, then give me a short, final answer. This slows the model down and forces it to show you how it got there, not just the end result. Second, the verifier pattern. When you're not even sure you're asking the right question, say, before answering, ask me 3 questions that would clarify my intent. Ask them one at a time. Then combine what you've learned and try again. Now the AI helps you ask better questions instead of just guessing. Third, the refinement pattern. Sometimes your initial prompt is just fuzzy. Ask, before answering, propose 2 sharper versions of my question. Ask which one I prefer, then use that to answer. You're literally asking AI to help you write a better prompt so it can give you a better answer. When you start doing this, you stop treating AI like a vending machine and start treating it like a sparring partner. You're both learning. Now, one more thing. How do you make sure you're not just getting confident nonsense? I can sound incredibly confident, even when it's dead wrong. So we do 2 things. We steer it toward experts, and we verify what it says. Instead of asking, Explain how to make a team more innovative. Ask, explain how to make a team more innovative using ideas from Pixar's Brain Trust, Satya Nadella's strategy at Microsoft, and relevant research. Then give me practical steps for a small 5-person team. You're pulling the model away from generic fluff and toward specific expert ideas, frameworks, and research. If you don't know who the experts are yet, you can literally ask AI, list the top experts, books, and current research on this topic. Then use those names and sources in your next prompt. For verification, here are a few quick checks you can use. Ask for assumptions. List the assumptions you made in your answer and rank your confidence in each. Ask for sources. Cite 2 independent sources for each major claim. Include the title and URL. Ask for counter evidence. Find one credible source that disagrees with your answer and explain why. Ask it to audit the math, recompute every figure. Show your math step by step. You don't have to do all of these every time, but using even 1 or 2 will instantly raise the quality of the answers you trust. Next, let's talk about making AI sound like you. The best AI outputs aren't just smart, they sound like you. Otherwise, everything you post reads like the same copy-pasted AI content everyone's already bored of. So when AI gives you a draft, run it through a quick mental checklist I'll call OCEAN. O, original. C, concrete. E, evident. Assertive. N, narrative. Original. Is there at least one non-obvious idea in here? If not, ask, give me 3 angles on this that almost nobody else is talking about. Label one of them as risky and tell me which you recommend for my audience. Concrete. Are there real examples, names, or numbers? If not, ask, back every major claim with one concrete example, case, or scenario. Evident. Is the reasoning visible? If not, ask, show your logic in 3 bullet points before giving the final answer. Assertive. Does it actually take a stance? If not, ask, pick a side. State your main thesis in 1 sentence, defend it, and then address the strongest counterpoint. Narrative. Does it tell a story? If not, ask, rewrite this as a short, tight story with a hook, a problem, an insight, and clear action steps. Use OCEAN to season the answer so it doesn't sound like everyone else's AI output. It will feel more like something you'd actually say. Now let's pull this together into something you can actually do. Here's a 17-minute practice routine you can use each day for the next 30 days to get surprisingly good with AI. Minutes 1 to 3. Aim reps. Pick a small task. Rewrite a paragraph, summarize a page, outline an idea. Write 1 quick prompt using AIM, actor, input, mission. Run it. Then ask, how could I have made this prompt clearer? And tweak it once. Minutes 4 to 7. Map and context. Take the same task and add memory, assets, and actions. Remind AI what you're working on. Give it a document or a snippet. Ask it to use a specific format or tool. Compare the new output with the first one and notice the difference. Minutes 8 to 11. Debugging in expert mode. Use the chain of thought pattern. Think step by step and show your reasoning. Use the verifier or refinement pattern at least once. Then steer to experts. Explain this using ideas from these experts or sources and give me 3 advanced tips. Minutes 12 to 15. Verification and ocean. Ask for assumptions and sources. Then run the answer through Ocean. Make it more original, concrete, evident, assertive, and narrative. Do one small edit yourself so it sounds like you. Minutes 16 to 17. Reflection. Ask AI, summarize what we just did in this session and list 3 improvements in how I'm prompting. Skim that summary. That becomes your AI learning journal over time. Do that for 17 minutes a day, and you're not just using AI, you're training your own thinking along with it. Quick recap of what you've learned. AI is a prediction machine. If your prompt is vague, the guesses are vague. You can talk to it better with AIM, actor, input, mission. You can give it better context with MAP, memory, assets, actions, prompt. You can fix bad answers with chain of thought, verifier, and refinement prompts. You can avoid getting fooled by steering it toward experts and verifying its claims. You can make outputs sound like you by running them through Ocean. Original, concrete, evident, assertive, narrative. And you can lock all of this in with a simple 17-minute daily practice. If this helped you feel like AI finally makes sense and gave you a clear way to practice it in just 17 minutes a day, do 2 quick things for me. Hit the like button so more beginners who feel lost with AI can find this. Subscribe and turn on notifications because next I'm going to show you real-world AI workflows you can copy into your business, how to connect these skills to making money online, and how to build your own little AI assistant stack that quietly works for you in the background. And if you're committing to that 17-minute routine, drop a comment and type 17 minutes so I know you're not just watching, you're actually doing. I'm Eli Rowan. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. You have not enough humanizer words left.